Okay, let's see how you did on those. So your first one was 5x for x equals 4 and 4/10. So we're going to take out our x and substitute our 4 and 4/10. So we've got 5 times 4 and 4/10. That looks like this. Remember, we put the longer number, even if it has a decimal in it, on the top, and the number with less digits on the bottom. And we multiply. 5 times, we ignore the decimal point. 5 times 4 is 20. Put my 2 down, my 0 down, carry my 2. 5 times 4 is 20 plus 2 is 22. Total of one number behind the decimal point in the problem, total of one number behind the decimal point in the answer, and so my answer here is 22. All right, 16 divided by, or 16 over m, if m is 14. So remember, every fraction is just a division problem. 16 divided by 4 is 4. And then finally, 2/3 times k plus 1/5 if k is 3/4. So we have 2/3 times 3/4 plus 1/5. According to our order of operations, we do our parentheses, no parentheses, really. I just put that parentheses there to separate it from the 2/3. It's another way to show multiplication. So we multiply or divide. We've got a multiplication problem here. I see that 3 and 3 can be simplified. Both of those can be divided by 3. And 2 and 4 can both be divided by 2. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 2 is 2. And now I have to add in 1/5. Now I need a common denominator, so 1/2 plus 1/5, I'm going to use tenths. 2 times 5 is 10, so 1 times 5 is 5. 5 times 2 is 10, 1 times 2 is 2. And my final answer then is 7/10. All right, hope you got those right. Okay, now we're going to do similar problems, except this time instead of substituting in just one number, we'll be substituting in two numbers. So we've got x plus y if x is 3 and y is 7. So thing to be careful about here is that you substitute in the number for x that says x and the number for y that says y. So our x here, it's going to need to be 3, and our y here will need to be 7. Just be careful about that. It wouldn't matter with this one because it's addition, and addition is commutative, means order doesn't matter, but sometimes it will matter. All right, so x plus y is going to be 3 for x plus 7 for y. And of course, our answer there is 10. Alrighty. Then our next example here, number 5, 2m minus 3n if m is 4.5 and n is 2. So 2 times 4 and 5/10 minus 3 times 2. And again, we're substituting in our 4 and 5/10 for our m and our 2 for our n. And here, of course, it would make a difference if we didn't do that correctly. All right, so 2 times 4 and 5/10, so 2 times 4.5 times 4 plus 4.5 is 9. 2 times 4.5 is 9. Minus 3 times 2 is 6, so 9 minus 6 is 3. All righty, now you try the next two down there. Try D and E, and then watch the next video to see how you did on those.